on October 25th, I found myself on a plane from Seattle International to Denver International for a trip into northern Colorado. I remember the sleepless nights thinking about just the opportunities, the what ifs that were gonna happen to me when I was on my journey into Colorado. Yep, probably should. All right, good morning. My name is Cole Smith. I'm with the Global Project on a trip to northern Colorado to get close and personal with big bull moose up in high country. It's 7 a.m. We have another 60 miles to drive until our main cabin location. Then we have another 16 miles to get to our first glassing location that's gonna happen tonight. I've spent numerous times up in this location of Colorado, and I have had face-to-face encounters with many different animals that live up there, and they were moments that truly changed my life. But as soon as we got up to the cabin, we wasted no time, and we were on our drive up the dirt roads further up the mountain. But before we could get any further, we saw a herd of deer passing right along in front of us. Boom! Not 5 minutes later, we run into a bald eagle. Just those two moments in themselves made the entire trip worth it. You spend hours and days thinking about what could be, what might be, and then boom, it happens to you in real life. But we finally get to the top of this road, and we're scouting, and we're, taking in all the landscape, and then boom, right there we see another herd of elk right on the other side of the canyon from us. So we had made a game plan. We had studied the landscape around them. We said, okay, there's a group of trees. We're gonna follow the trees up the next morning. Hopefully we can get a face-to-face encounter with these elk that we're seeing. So the next morning, we're up 4:05 in the morning, way before the sun comes out. What was really unfortunate, as soon as we started walking, we had this huge wall of a snow blizzard that was coming in and approaching. And within the next 30 minutes, we're being blasted with snow. And the temperature drops dramatically. It starts snowing real bad. Our visibility is extremely limited. But unfortunately, the elk were nowhere to be seen. It's our second day. Yesterday, when we came in, we got here in the cabin, took off on a road that goes north out of the valley up here on some pretty treacherous course that heads pretty far north, pretty close to the Wyoming border. But here's what's going on. We got up there yesterday morning, right before the snow started, and we got beamed with snow. We climbed about 2,000 feet in elevation, and we got about 6 inches of snow. We saw some amazingly fresh moose tracks, and I got super excited as soon as I seen them, but with that snow coming down like it did, unfortunately we weren't able to go after that moose, and we got snowed out. We had to come back in. We got pretty cold and pretty wet. The animals just beat us yesterday, and today the landscape beat us too. It was just too snowy for us. Limited visibility, and any tracks, we were gonna lose them in about 5 minutes. Super hard to track animals like that, and of course, when the weather's like that, they're not gonna be moving around as much, so it's just even harder to spot them. However, I'm here drinking my coffee on a Wednesday afternoon with absolutely no worries in my life, and tonight we're gonna give it one more shot. We'll go down here to the valley and glass, and then tomorrow morning, early, we'll go glass one more time if you haven't seen anything, and that's what the plan is. We're gonna go out this last morning, and I said, I'm gonna give it one more shot. I wanna see a moose. That's what we came out here to see. I wanna get the photo of the moose. So last morning, we're up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We bust out before the sunrise.
Unfortunately, this was our checkout day, and we had to be out of the cabin by 11, so by the time 8:15 rolled around, I told Jill to hit the record button. I look at the camera and I say,
Thursday, October 28th, we came out here for 4 days on the track to see a big Colorado bull moose.
you know, our mission was unsuccessful. We did everything that we could, the hours we spent, the dreaming that we did, the sleepless nights.
Sometimes you don't always get what you want. So when I take people out here, people ask me, what happens if you don't see a moose, right? And I want you to know that if you're asking me that question, you're missing the mission of what the total adventure is about.
Nature beat us this time. We're on a mission to get a photograph of a moose, but it's not that easy. There's so much luck and science to all of it.
Just because we didn't see a moose, but we saw bald eagles, elk, and deer, that's all part of the experience, because there's never a guarantee you're gonna see any of it anyways. So I just wanted to take a moment to express my thank to the land here and the people who work here, because half of the mission of conservation is land management, and it's in our mission statement. People take such good care of the land out here. That's why they're able to relocate, and that's why they're able to control populations like this. There's so much work that goes into it, and just because we don't see a moose does not mean they're not there. We've seen the tracks. I've seen them out here on multiple different occasions, right out here in the Rocky Mountains, which is so cool, because here in the state they were only relocated about 50 years ago. Now there's over 3,000 that exist here. I just wanted to take the time to be super thankful and express my thanks to everyone who puts in work so we could come out here and enjoy it just like we're supposed to. Like, we're given the right to do this. We shouldn't be asking permission to come out here and do this kind of thing. Because when I come out here, it's a total sense of soul renewal. Everything just makes sense. Life is so simple. And I hope people find the drive in life like I've been able to find out here in the outdoors, and find myself and what's important in my life, and setting my priorities straight, and understanding that life is so simple and that love is extremely powerful. So until next time, love y'all.
And we turn the corner on our way back. We're literally driving back to the cabin to leave. And I heard Jill, and it just sounded like the voice left her body. Right out in front of us was this bull moose who just came out, walked right onto the road, and there he was. Finally, the last 10 minutes of our trip, this bull moose, he walks out. And to have that encounter not happen for so long, that motivation wears thin, and the patience wears thin, and as a guide, you kind of really want to fulfill these promises. And it's a moment of so much emotion. And thankfulness and gratefulness and everything you could imagine. But this bull moose, he was on the run. I only have Jill with me. I still have 3 other guests that are still at the cabin. So we watch the bull moose as he trots along to the top of the hill. I say, Jill, let's go. We're gonna go get the other 3, and we're gonna bounce back up the mountain. You can see where he crossed the road, his footsteps. So we pull along the side of the road and we get out with slippers and moccasins on. We don't have our boots on. We don't have our coveralls on. I say, hey, let's just follow his tracks, get up the mountain. your adrenaline's pumping, palms are kind of sweaty, right? You're waiting for this moment. This moment's finally gonna happen. Me and 50 yards in front of me, he steps back out. Finally worth it. Every minute of it. It was worth it. Finally, this moose came out and all 5 of us were there to experience it. It was an experience of a lifetime. Something I'm so thankful I got to experience. So thankful just to be alive and breathing. I don't understand why I got so lucky and how everything worked out the way it did, but it worked out exactly like it was supposed to.